So back in New York, we skipped over something. I didn't skip it, but it needed to be put in a proper place. For whatever reason, you could do it early, and I did it. But now I'm putting it here in editing, and it should fit much better going where it does. But anyways, yeah, so in New York, and we're going to go talk to this gentleman and George Washington after the Battle of Monmouth.
How dare you call upon me after Monmouth?
I have nobody else to turn to. The Culper Ring informed me that West Point's been infiltrated. I believe they intend to murder Major General Benedict Arnold.
I still do not see why you need me.
The loss of such a figure would be devastating to the cause. It must be done without my soldiers' knowledge. The mere idea of the Patriots being breached would be crippling to morale, to the war. Will you do it?
It will be done. But never call on me again.
Benedict Arnold, born 1741, was a general in the American Revolution and America's best-known traitor, though I'm not sure that's what he would have printed on his business cards. Arnold also happens to be a war hero on the American side, though many people don't know that. Before Arnold turned traitor, he had a reputation both for bravery and for genuinely caring for his soldiers who served under him. He was instrumental to the rebel cause of Fort Ticonderoga in May of 75, and his leg was crippled during the Battle of Saratoga in 77, so he certainly put in the effort. Unfortunately, his career advancement was spotty. He had a habit of getting into arguments with his superior officers, which is usually not a good move if you want a promotion. While George Washington recommended him for various commands, other officers had no use for him. When Arnold was given command of West Point in 1780, he promptly tried to turn it over to the British in exchange for 20,000 euros and a commission as a brigadier general. That's the spirit. The conspiracy was uncovered before Arnold could actually betray the fort, and he fled north. Nobody knows for certain why Arnold betrayed the Americans. His frustrations in being passed over for promotion obviously had something to do with it. But there's also speculation that Arnold had significant debts. The money he'd been promised would be sure to settle that. Unfortunately for him, he never received the promised cash, or at least not all of it. Since the British didn't actually capture West Point, Arnold only received $6,000, and while he did become a brigadier general as promised, nobody trusted him. Once a traitor, always a traitor. Alright, West Point, nice and small. We just gotta find and kill the spy. Oh, well, that was easy. We got to the target pretty much immediately. Where are you guys running from? Alright, we got him. I had to do this a couple of times. He was always in the group, and this time he happened to be trailing behind. We got him. Hide in the bush, run off, and find our next target. Okay, we're coming up on another spot. And let's see. Activating Eagle Vision, we see our target in the tent, pretty much by himself. If we can just get in there. Perfect. Bye.
Arnold sent him home.
Not what I heard. Wherever he went, his replacement is something before fire.
And we're off to the next one. Okay, last one, yelling at the British guy here. Looks like he's going back to the gate all by himself. Oh, well, never mind, he's just chilling here. And we're off. Seems as though we need to be inside to deal with the other spies. Finally, we can make our way inside. Kill that guy and... oh.
What in God's name are you doing? That man was a British spy. He intended to kill you, Major Arnold.
What?
General Washington learned of the plot and sent me to foil it.
Indeed. We need all the support we can muster. Some of my men are leaving on a munitions delivery to a nearby camp, and I need you to escort them. Find John Anderson upon your arrival. He'll have further instructions. Questions?
No.
Good.
Maybe a thank you would have been nice. I didn't even know that was the spy. Lucky for us, I guess. Hanging around, we can go to our next mission here.
Major General Arnold sent me to assist you.
Yeah? All right, he's the boss.
I do like how all the Americans have American accents. Like, they probably didn't yet.
Thank goodness you're here. Doubt we could get all these crates down to the camp without you.
You do not agree with this?
You haven't allowed. We're meant to garrison West Point, and by extension, hold the Hudson. It's vital, no arguing that. So why is it we're shipping out half our powder and shot?
Why not bring up your concern with Major General Arnold?
I have. He threatened to have me court-martialed for insubordination and treason, if you can believe that. So I follow orders, no matter how absurd.
That other guy was just pretending. Not even helping. I feel like a donkey and like a cart maybe would do the trick.
Ah, the traitor is getting away. He's supposed to be on that ship. Get after him. You'll hang for this.
Alright, let's get him.
It's not me, friend. I'm not the real traitor. I'll tell you who it is if you let me go. Listen, listen. Just turn your back for 5 seconds and you'll never see me again. I don't want anything to do with this place. Listen, mate. I know you're just following orders, but things aren't what they seem around here. I'm telling you. Is it money you want? Because I got money. How much to set me free?
Be quiet.
Rebel scum.
All right, listen. I can fix this. Just give me a chance and I'll prove to you I'm a real patriot. I want this country as much as the next man. Just let me show you.
That the traitor? It is. Major General Arnold will have further orders for you.
Sounds good. Welcome aboard, milady.
Yeah, funny joke. Just the boys having a laugh. Turning to Mr. Arnold, we can start a Spy Among Us.
Ah, Connor. Just the man I wanted to see. Well done capturing the traitor, but I must ask more of you. There are some kegs of powder resting inside the fort. Bring them to the magazine? Dismissed.
What, like I'm one of your lackeys? Get back to talking to your lieutenant. I'm a civilian contractor. I don't have to do crap. I'm just gonna stand here. Alright. Guess the game won't go on if I don't do it. I should take him, put them all at his feet. Just, you know, oh, I brought these to you. Just act dumb. Oh, of course. What is going on here? Oh my gosh, they're gonna murder me. What the heck? This is because I didn't laugh at your joke earlier, isn't it? Okay, so this is super weird, but I don't actually know why that happened. Nobody does it this time, to my knowledge. I would not want to be sitting there. Eavesdrop time.
Are you well?
As well as I can be, given the circumstances. You?
Same. But we're close. So very close. We need to talk about this someplace with fewer curious ears.
Has Clinton agreed?
It is done. Only the matter of my compensation remains something of the utmost importance to me. Deliver this letter. Make absolutely sure he gets it. Please be cautious. A mistake at this stage would be unfortunate. When we come out on the other side of this thing, I'll make sure you're rewarded, Major Andre. Generously.
You mean John Anderson, sir?
Yes.
What the heck? That did not look like what they were saying, first off. They look like two hobos trying to get crack from each other. One more hit, man. One more. Alright, anyways, let's follow Mr. John Anderson, Sir John Anderson, after this. I think he's paranoid. Searching for me. Anyways, John heads up the hill and we find him approaching some redcoats.
Sir! Sir! Make sure we're not followed. If anybody sees us, kill them.
Alright, well we gotta continue being stealthy, I suppose. After a nice walk through the woods, the guys stop here.
That's far enough for you two. Keep a keen eye and come for me when you see the smoke.
Yes, sir. We'll be waiting, Major Andre.
The old quick changing act. What are you up to? Following Mr. Anderson for some time. He's entered a small town and surrenders?
Halt! Gentlemen, I hope you belong to our party.
What party?
The lower party.
We do.
Good. I'm an officer in the British Army and I must not be detained. I will chalk this mishap up to fatigue.
But we ain't British, friend. And you are under arrest.
That was merely a test, and you passed. I'm an officer of the Patriots, in truth. Here are my papers.
Rubbish! Kill him and bring his head to the commander.
No! Do not kill him. Search him instead.
Blessed stars. His real name is Major Andre, and he's with the British. He carries this letter on behalf of Major General Benedict Arnold.
Arnold is our commanding officer.
Bind Andre's hands immediately and bring him to Commander Washington. I will see to Arnold.
Yes, do as I say, peasants. I've no authority here, and they listen to me anyways. Just goes to show, as long as you're confident, you can BS anything. Now we can get back to confront Arnold. See what he has to say for himself.
Connor, finished already. I have some more.
Explain this.
Well, I don't know what this is.
A letter in your hand, addressed to General Clinton of the British Army confirming the surrender of West Point for the sum of 20,000 pounds.
This must be some sort of plot to expose the fort. I'm a patriot through and through, Connor. My actions at Saratoga speak to that, I'm sure.
For your sake, I hope General Washington agrees. He will be arriving here today.
Regulars! Regulars! We're under attack! The Maine!
Arnold has made it to the Volta!
Arnold betrayed us! That turncoat bastard!
We secure the fort, then we deal with Arnold.
Aye!
We must hold the fort.
They broke in here like it was nothing. That's ridiculous. And on top of that, why didn't... I mean, there's two sides to this wall or whatever. Why not just aim them down and shoot them all. At least a couple of them. Don't let me do all the work. Arnold's
Ready
yelling.
to the flag!
They're just barging in here. How did we win anything if this is how it was? I mean, this is all supposed to be straight up historically accurate, exactly how it was supposed to go. You know, if they were just able to walk right in. Oh, I don't know.
Keep running, you letters! We did it! Well done!
Connor,
Arnold was behind this, but he escaped.
if you did not catch him, nobody could have. West Point is secure. Major Andre will hang for his crimes.
And Arnold?
We'll try to find him, though I have my doubts. Whom can we trust now, if Patriot heroes are betraying us?
You reap what you sow.
Dang, that's the second time. Benedict Arnold, loyal to the crown. Surprising his rebel colleagues, General Benedict Arnold has made a brave attempt to bring an end to continued hostiles. Having obtained command of Fort West Point, General Arnold met secretly with Major John Andre, an intelligence officer of the King. It is difficult to obtain the true nature of the agreement they had in an affair of such emotion, but it appears that they concluded upon a transfer of some funds to Arnold in exchange for West Point itself. Many have pointed to these funds as evidence that Arnold has interested in coerced gain. Yet a man of such valor can hardly be suspected of such motives. Rather, it appears Arnold was made aware of the pecuniary embarrassment he would suffer once his commission as a rebel officer was lost, and merely took practical steps to protect himself and his wife from punity. Indeed, General Arnold's wife, Peggy, appears to have played an active part in the Loyalist turn. Several reports have surfaced indicating that it was she who first contacted Major Andre, as she had known him for some years. Sadly for the Crown, the plan unraveled. After meeting with Arnold, Major Andre, cleverly disguised as citizen Mr. John Anderson, was captured by the rebels. They discovered various papers on him leading to his arrest, owing to being dressed as a civilian when captured. This man who took such risks for his king was therefore hanged as a spy. Rest he in peace. Happily, Arnold was warned in time and was able to effect an escape. We are told that he has been awarded a commission in the British Army, and we await to hear greater exploits of him in the future. And with that, we would have gone back to New York, but we're not gonna, because we already did all those quests and stuff. So we're actually going to go back to where we left off, and that would be Davenport Homestead, ladies and gentlemen.
The tides of war are turning. The Loyalists fall back beneath the advancing Patriot army, their hold on this land weakening by the day. But the Templars only seem to grow stronger. Though fewer in number, the threat they pose appears undiminished. Making matters worse, Washington chose to spare the life of Charles Lee. I am told he has taken refuge inside Fort George, and so my days are spent searching for a way to breach its walls. Of my father, there is no trace, and I am glad of it. If I can be rid of Lee, there may still be a chance for reconciliation. And through it, peace.
Davenport Homestead, 1781, Sequence 11.
Connor, he's asking for you.
Hello, Connor. Come now. Your sadness won't sustain me any more than that fool woman's soups and potions. Tell me of your latest exploits.
Charles Lee has been exposed, and the Patriots finally rid of him. They march now to secure the remaining cities that this country might finally be free.
Then you have won. The land and your people are safe. Yet you seem troubled.
Washington spared Lee's life.
So long as he lives, all are in danger. The same is true for your father. When you first came to me, you understood what had to be done, swore you'd see it through. If not for the Brotherhood, for your people, and all those threatened by the Templars.
But with Lee gone, my father might...
Listen to me. You have not come this far to throw it all away over misplaced sentiment. Both men must die.
Achilles.
There is nothing more to discuss.
Connor, I came as soon as I could.
Tell me you bring good news.
The Comte de Grasse said yes. You need only join his fleet in Chesepeake Bay and they will serve as required. But what exactly is it you intend?
It's better that I show you. Charles Lee may have been dismissed, but it does not mean we are safe.
But the commander?
The commander underestimates the threat, and no more time can be wasted trying to convince him otherwise. I must do this on my own.
Do what, exactly?
Kill Charles Lee. He hides within Fort George, which is itself surrounded by a militarized district. I cannot hope to infiltrate it directly, so I will go under instead.
Incroyable.
The tunnels leading to the fort have been filled in. While I secure the Admiral's ships, I need you to clear them for me.
And the ships?
When signaled, they will bombard the fort.
Breaching its walls and creating a distraction, I see.
In the chaos, I will slip inside, find Charles Lee, and silence him forever.
Alright, well, we have a plan. What do we... Battle of Monmouth. pitched. Battle at Monmouth Courthouse. Continental Army pursues Royals. The British Army, commanded by Lieutenant General Henry Clinton, having evacuated the city of Philadelphia and on the march to join British forces in New York City, was pursued and engaged by General Washington and his men, numbering some 11,000 men, on 28 June. The British column was laden with a train of supplies, artillery, and Tory citizens from Philadelphia. General Washington discerned an opportunity to attack an ungainly formation and left his encampment at Valley Forge to do so. The Continental Army caught up with the British in the environs of Monmouth. Washington, attempting to disrupt the column and gain time for the bulk of his army to arrive on the scene, gave command of his units to Major General Charles Lee, with orders to attack the column and cut it in half. This paper has learned that Lee was not in accord with the plan and initially refused command. Once he did take command, it appears that no proper orders were given to Lee's commanders. They proceeded willy-nilly and soon engaged in undisciplined skirmishes. The British rear guard, perceiving the disarray, Lee ordered a general retreat and was pursued by the Redcoats. Lee's men retreated in confusion directly into General Washington's advancing column. We are told that the good general uttered considerable strong oaths, a practice contrary to his nature, and ordered Lee to the rear, before setting to rallying Lee's men himself. The Continentals then engaged Clinton's forces in full, with Lee's men given to the command of Le Marquis de Lafayette. The American forces, fighting with discipline and order, thanks to the efforts of Baron von Steuben, proved a match for their red-coated adversaries. At sundown, the Americans held the field. Although Washington wanted to continue the fight, darkness saved the British further losses. As of this writing, General Charles Lee is under court-martial in English Town. It is expected he will be relieved of his command. And it's off to the ship to meet with that other French admiral guy. Alright, here we are at the docks. We can start Battle of the Chesapeake.
Lafayette promised me a fleet beyond compare and a captain without peer. Instead, I find myself greeted by one old ship and a boy in costume.
I promise we are all you need, Admiral.
I doubt this very much, but beggars do not choose.
And the ships I require?
They are yours, provided we survive this.
Well, what would you have me do?
Hold the bay while I engage the main fleet. Should any British ships dare approach, destroy them. They must be kept from Yorktown.
To be fair, they probably did think that way. I mean, these guys were like, we're the best at everything, and we know what's best. They give nobody the chance. Only recently did they really give anybody the chance, whether it was at work or whatever. Now people actually listen to the little guy. Admiral de Grasse, born 1722, Francois Joseph Paul de Grasse was an admiral in the French Navy and is probably best known for his victory in the Battle of the Chesapeake, where he prevented British troops from arriving to reinforce the army at Yorktown. De Grasse was the youngest child of a French nobleman. He joined the military at the age of 11 when he became a page with the religious/military order of Malta. He joined the French Navy proper in 1740, and by 1775 he was serving as a captain. He held Secure Saint-Domingue, now Haiti, for the French, which probably looked good on a resume at the time. De Grasse was promoted to admiral in 81, and despite failing health, was given orders to sail for America to help Washington. His victory at Chesapeake was so significant that Washington wrote to him the day after Cornwallis surrendered at Yorktown, saying the honor of the victory belonged to De Grasse. De Grasse died in 1788, just before the beginning of the French Revolution. Despite his role aiding rebels in America, De Grasse was considered nobility in France, and his estate was ransacked by French revolutionaries. His family fled to the United States, where they were welcomed as the children of a hero. I guess hero and oppressor all depend on your perspective. You say tomato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say potato. No one says tomato. Actually, no one says potato. Well, that means nobody says either. Next up, we have Chesapeake Bay. The Chesapeake Bay runs along the coast of Virginia and Maryland. It's one of the largest bays in the United States, more than 300 kilometers long and up to 40 kilometers wide, and the site of the first permanent British settlement in North America, Jamestown, established in 1607. Every day at 1607, I have a cup of tea and think of it. It's also the site of the Battle of the Chesapeake, one of the most important naval battles of the Revolutionary War.
Herod all handsaws! Hell is manifest upon the sea! How many do you reckon?
Too many.
If anyone can hold the line, 'tis us. I only hope the Admiral's quick to return. Enemy approaching! All right, boys! Make ready for war! Looks like they're coming to say hello! Ready yourselves! Aye, aye!
Destroy the Loyalist fleet. That was not our job. We were supposed to just prevent guys from getting into Chesepeake Bay. But I guess this is what we're doing now. Battle of Yorktown, September through October of 1781. While small skirmishes would continue until 83, Yorktown was the last major encounter between the British and the colonial army, effectively ending the Revolutionary War. In the summer of 1781, the British general Lord Cornwallis, was ordered to secure a deep water port in Virginia. He'd chosen Yorktown on the Chesapeake Bay, and by the end of September, his troops had fortified the city and were awaiting resupply from ships in New York City. What Cornwallis didn't know was that the ships he was expecting for resupply had been defeated by the French Navy at the Battle of the Chesapeake in early September. He would have probably done with knowing that. On the rebel side, George Washington had just secured the help of the French and was anxious to put his new troops in the field. He favored an attack on the British stronghold at New York, but since he didn't have the troops or the equipment for that, he settled for attacking Cornwallis at Yorktown. I'm sure Cornwallis would have been flattered by the news that he was second choice. The main force of the Continental and French troops marched to Yorktown near the end of September and began to settle in. By October 6th, the trenches were built and the siege had begun. The key to Washington's strategy was the artillery brought in by the French army. It bombarded the city for more than a week, wearing down defenses until French and Continental troops successfully stormed two redoubts outside the city on October 14th. This put the artillery in a place where it could reach the city itself, and Cornwallis's defenses quickly crumbled under the onslaught. He surrendered on October 19th. This fall of Yorktown essentially broke the political will in Britain to continue the war. It had become too costly. Parliament started peace negotiations. The British citizens began to stamp their tiny feet and practice their speeches about how the colonies were smelly and uncivilized, and we didn't want to control them anyway. Yeah, you stinky colonies. Battle of the Chesapeake, September 5 through 13, 1781. In this battle, French ships under Admiral de Grasse held off a British fleet attempting to occupy Chesapeake Bay. I know it doesn't exactly sound scintillizing, but bear with me here. This was critical to the British surrender that ended the war. I don't like to talk about it, but I will. George Washington gave de Grasse a choice between attacking New York City, the British stronghold, or Virginia, where British troops were stationed. De Grasse chose Virginia. The waters were easier to maneuver in, and he didn't have the equipment that a siege of New York would require. De Grasse was stationed in the West Indies, but left in secrecy, or he tried to. The British noticed his warships missing. I don't know about you, but I'd find it suspicious if a bunch of warships went missing. It raises questions, and it wasn't hard to guess where they might have headed. The British Navy sent ships to Chesapeake Bay to cut de Grasse off. However, they went the fast way, while de Grasse took the scenic route, staying out of sight and out of the major shipping lanes. So when the British arrived at the Chesapeake, they found it completely empty and sailed on for New York to meet with the rest of their fleet there, leaving the Chesapeake Bay empty when de Grasse arrived at the end of August. Clever. And by taking the long way around, de Grasse collected enough sea miles to qualify for a free hip flask. The British fleet returned less than a week later, but the damage was done. They were outnumbered by the French forces occupying the bay. I believe the technical term is... whoops. There's another one, but that begins with F, so I'd better not. De Grasse's fleet sailed out to engage the British on open water. They fought for only 2 hours before night fell. It was the only time they would actually fire their guns. De Grasse led the British south, away from the mouth of the harbor, leaving time for French reinforcements to arrive from Rhode Island and occupy the bay again. Finding themselves badly outnumbered and outmaneuvered, the British returned to New York, effectively abandoning the troops they were supposed to supply in Virginia. The battle was technically a draw. I'll take that. However, the larger victory came when the British troops in Virginia realized they were cut off and surrendered, effectively ending the revolution. Well, according to that blurb, we should have way more ships than them. Clearly don't. So we're outnumbered here. We're still gonna win, but still. We got one left. I don't know how much damage that other ship took. I don't think much. I think it was just part of the thing here that it's not. Oh, this would be the second battle, wouldn't it? The one where they came back. Which would have still, we'd have been out. We're flying British colors in the back. Yeah, that's not cool. We should be flying American colors.
Ship lost! Escort's all sunk. We're on our own now, sir. God, where are our blasted reinforcements?
They will come. We must hold the bay until they do.
Oh, this is madness. You're alone and we're without reinforcements.
Okay, here they are. Oh, great.
We're under attack! Man of war's firing! All our guns are down. No way to defend ourselves now. That beast is sure to sink us if we're not careful.
He's not really planning to board them, is he? Has he lost his mind? He's going to get us all killed.
The ship is yours, Mr. Faulkner.
bastard!
They say you took down that man of war all alone. Perhaps Lafayette did not exaggerate when he spoke of your abilities. As promised, my ships are yours to command. What do you require?
5 of them must enter New York's harbor flying British flags.
Wait. I thought you might need some pirates killed or goods transported, and instead, you asked for us to, what, shell New York?
No. Of course not.
Ah.
Only part of it.
Explain yourself.
I mean to infiltrate Fort George, but it is too well guarded. Cannon fire will breach its walls and scatter its guards.
And a ship that flies the French flag could never get near it.
You understand, then?
Not at all. But a promise is a promise, even when made to a lunatic.
I will light a signal fire when it is time for you to attack.
Vous l'avez entendu, récupérez leurs drapeaux qu'on puisse les accrocher. Allez, vite!
I thought maybe we wanted to get shot out of the cannon.
Hello, Connor. Welcome back.
Is everything in place?
Oui, Lafayette waits for you inside the tunnel beneath the city.
In the newspaper says the Battle of Chesapeake. As readers of this paper have learned, a French fleet under Admiral de Grasse had recently sailed from the Caribbean to blockade the English forces under General Cornwallis at Yorktown. On Wednesday, last September 5th, a British fleet arrived numbering some 19 ships of the line. The French fleet, said to number over 20, promptly sailed out to engage the British. This writer observed from a precipice as the two fleets engaged in the distance. It was clear that the French were having difficulties maintaining British order. Their center lagged behind, proving a clear opportunity to the British to attack and disrupt them. But the British admiral, said to be Admiral Graves, made no such attempt. A gentleman nearby made use of a spyglass and exclaimed that the British ships were allowing the French to close line and establish proper formation. Indeed, we all marveled at this. Instead, the British rear lagged behind in turn and never engaged. On this day, the two fleets sailed east, in line against one another, this giving advantage to the French, who could open their hatches and fire from both gun decks. The English could not, as the pitched waves would swamp them if their lower gun deck hatches came open, and thus their 32-pounders could not be brought to action. The British took the greater damage, but the battle appeared a standoff. However, this also favored the French, as their blockade remained intact. This very morning, the French have reinforcements in the person of Admiral de Barras, with 7 additional ships of the line. Reports are that Admiral Graves has set sail and is most probably returning to New York. The blockade is thus maintained as infantry and artillery commanded by General George Washington, and that Rachambu look to besiege Cornwallis. Back to you in the studio, Mark. Alright, we're here at the tunnels.
All their talk of liberty and equality fall back to the old ways. Without an heir, the threat of succession is ended, and might be left to the people once more.
Connor! This tunnel will take you into the military district.
And the Admiral?
He waits for you to light this signal. And then the strike begins.
And we will be there as well.
You help that guy out, and all he wants to do is help you, and it seems like you are, like, not into it, man. Like, you nudged him out of the way the first time, you were like, yeah, whatever, you got it in place. Now you just walk past him after he's like that. You should have been like, good, I'm glad. I'm happy that you're gonna be there, having my back, bro. Wrong spot to post up, buddy. Okay, let's infiltrate this mother. Oh, whew, that was close.
Inside the fort.
Really, man? You've taken harder hits than that before. You're blacking out? I don't even think the ball hit you. I mean, if it did, yeah, sure.
I am in no condition to fight. Need to stay away from the guards. Where are you, Charles?
Gone.
Come now. You cannot hope to match me, Connor. For all your skills, you are still but a boy, with so much left to learn.
Give me Lee!
Impossible. He is the promise of a better future. The sheep need a shepherd.
He has been dismissed and censured. He can do nothing for you now.
A temporary setback. He will be restored. You act as though you have some right to judge. declare me and mine wrong for the world. And yet everything I've shown you, all I've said and done, should clearly... We did not harm your people!
Surrender, and I will spare you.
Brave words from a man about to die.
You fare no better.
Even when your kind appears to triumph, still we rise again. And do you know why? It's because the Order is born of a realization. We require no creed, no indoctrination by desperate old men. All we need is that the world be as it is. And this is why the Templars will never be destroyed.
Don't think I have any intention of caressing your cheek and saying I was wrong. I will not weep and wonder what might have been. I'm sure you understand. Still, I'm proud of you in a way. You've shown great conviction, strength, courage. All noble qualities. I should have killed you long ago.
Wanna get wahir, Agni?
We've got a problem. Hatham doesn't have the amulet anymore.
But the temple's still sending data. There must be more to this story.
Only one way to find out.
Only one way to find out, indeed. But we are going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment some more. Subscribe if you wish. And you have a good day, night. Ooh, Secrets 11 complete. Whatever it might be. And goodbye.